Hello everyone, welcome back to the Operation Persian Freedom campaign for the A-10C II in DCS world, and welcome to Mission 14, Insurgency. So this one is actually set 4 months after the last one. In those 4 months there has been an investigation into the blue on blue incident. Steep was found clear of all charges, and the blame laid solely on the failure in communication that we had no idea there were friendly units flying so close to us. So after 4 months riding a desk, Steep is back in the cockpit and ready to continue his attempts here. At this point, the Iranian government has fallen. All major Iranian cities have been captured, but there is an very large insurgency underway, with the Iranian Guard still causing all sorts of havoc, particularly in one area to the northwest of Shiraz city. And that's what we're dealing with today. We are going to fly a CAS patrol over the area, just waiting to see if any ground forces call us in, since they are getting ambushed all the time in the region. As always, time card down below if you want to skip the story blurb to begin with, and skip straight to the action. Otherwise, let's jump in.
Position. 2-1. It's good to have you back, Steve.
It's good to be back, sir. Not exactly been a fun few months.
Not one for flying a desk then, Steve.
No, sir. I'm glad that investigation isn't hanging over me anymore.
But like we told you, that wasn't on you. You got bad information was all. It was a screw-up, alright, but it wasn't yours. No way we should have had our guys operating that far forward without knowing about it. Special forces or not. And embedded them with those resistance fighters, using captured Iranian equipment. What did they think was gonna happen? Just another screw-up.
Gunman 2-1, arriving waypoint 1.
Okay, Steve, pushing to waypoint 2. I've got the lead. Form on me. So, things have changed a little this side of the Gulf since you were last here.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, as we patrol, I'll fill you in on the situation over here. Most of Iran is now under the control of the new transitional government. The wheels of democracy start turning. They're hoping to hold proper elections later this year. However, we still have one region that's causing a lot of problems for the new government. We're flying over it right now.
Yeah, I saw the briefings, so we've got Shiraz pretty much secured. It's just the countryside to the northwest that's banned in country.
Pretty much. Shiraz is still a concern, but it's locked down quite hard. We got checkpoints at all the major routes into the city, but the rest of the Zagros Mountains northwest of Shiraz is still pretty wild. IRGC have gone to ground in a big way, playing hit and run throughout the region. We've got a full-blown insurgency going on over here. We're seeing regular ambushes and IED attacks on our patrols, not to mention reprisal attacks on anybody's that dares to support us or the new government.
Brief said there's still some proper equipment in their hands as well.
Nothing too advanced, but the insurgents managed to retreat with plenty of older gear intact. We've seen burdens of bumps in the field, along with plenty of AAA, man-pads, and even a few open mobiles out. Geckos and gaskins, and even a gameful. Insurgents are all over the region, but their nerve center is the city of Yasuj, close to Mount Dina. We think this is where the senior insurgent commanders are. Unfortunately, so far it's proven a tough nut to crack. The city is crawling with fighters, AAA, and SAMs. Right now it's a no-go area. The current plan is to isolate it from the surrounding area and slowly flush the insurgents out of the towns and villages instead.
You think that'll work?
Fuck knows.
So you think the IRGC leadership is hiding in Yasuj?
Safest place for them. That's where I'd be.
How important are they? If we take them out, do we expect the insurgents to suddenly drop their weapons?
I don't see that happening somehow, but the brass is pretty fired up to get them. Maybe they know something we don't.
Maybe they know about WMDs.
most of them, thank God.
Let's hope so.
Checking in with Overlord.
Two one set.
Overlord, Gunman 1-1 reporting in as fragged. Any words?
Gunman 1-1, negative on words. Proceed on fragged route. Overlord out.
Look at this town starboard. It was an insurgent struggle. Handled the police pretty relentlessly, then went in and up. Sure left a mess. God knows what the civilian cost was. Let's hope it was worth it.
So what chance do you think this new government has of succeeding?
That's a good question, Steve. I'm not sure I can answer it. Things are really complicated out there right now. As well as the major insurgency happening here, we see more groups springing up in the last few months. The Iranian Liberation Front, the Islamic Army of Iran, not to mention that the Sunni group that you attacked by mistake is still active.
New Dawn's promise? I thought they would have settled down by now.
No, that proved to be a real problem. Seems they're not happy the people of Iran still want to shield that government.
Bloody democracies.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are they doing? Fighting against the new government?
Yep, as well as fighting everyone else, including, we think, us when it suits. It turns out they're a bit more extreme of a group than we realized. Or that someone turned a blind eye to it.
Why? What did you hear?
I've been linked to quite a few massacres in villages loyal to the old Iranian regime. Burned a few places to the ground, mass executions. You know how it goes. A couple of attacks on our troops are suspected to be carried out by them as well. We just can't prove it.
And we were in league with these people? Jesus, we even had troops fighting with them.
Don't be naive, Steve. We've been here before. Sunni insurgents we supported turned extremists. You ever heard of Bin Laden, right?
Yeah, I hear you, boss.
None of it surprises me anymore. You know, when the Shah ran Iran, back when we were friends, they say the security services actually used to cook people as a type of torture. They fucking grilled people. But as long as they were against communists, I guess it was alright. And Saddam and all this talk of WMDs, we weren't so bothered when he was gassing Iranians, were we? The whole situation out here is so fucked. Sorry, Steve. I'm just pissed off. None of that changes the mission, though. We're here to protect our guys on the ground. They didn't ask for this any more than we did.
Yes, sir. David, have you seen the intel reports from Syria? Looks like things are getting messy over there.
Yeah, this Arab Spring has really left its mark. Syria looks like it's only going to add to the region's problems.
Last I read, government forces had rolled into Homs, trying to crush the resistance over there.
That's right. Apparently the fighting is pretty fierce. A lot of civilians getting caught up in it as well. Things look to me like they're going to get out of hand. That's another country with a history of brutal crackdowns, and who knows what the rebels are thinking. They might just fight on hoping for another Western intervention.
And who knows how that'll play out.
Well, think about this scenario, Steve. Iran borders Iraq, which borders Syria. 3 destabilized countries, active insurgencies in each, extremist elements operating in each. One screwed up region. And us, right in the thick of it.
I won't pack my bags just yet then, sir. So I heard you eventually ended up over Tehran.
That's right. The 74th ended up following the ground forces all the way to the north. We seem to be in constant demand. Wasn't much of a fight in the end. By the time our forces were approaching the city, most of the senior leadership had fled. There was some token resistance, but most of the city fell quickly to the uprising.
I'd have thought there would have been more trouble from that IRGC. or is the rest of the country?
Depends where you go. Still a lot of pockets of fighting going on. Different factions, groups fighting each other. And however, this region is still the most contested by far.
And I heard we're training the new Iranian military as well.
Yeah, that's right. By all accounts, they're learning fast. Gonna have to, I think. The sooner we can hand it over, the better in my eyes. Don't worry about that SA-6 we're picking up. As long as we stay on the flight plan, we'll be out of range. About 10 miles to port is Yasuj, the Insurgency stronghold. Remember, we're staying well clear for the time being. Behind Yasuj is Mount Dina, the highest mountain in the Zagros range. It peaks at over 30,000 feet high. Okay, checking back in with Overlord. Overlord, Gunman 1-1, approaching waypoint 5. Any words?
Gunman 1-1, negative awards at this time. Overlord out.
Well then, after a long and uneventful flight, we do suddenly get called in for something a little more active.
Gunman 1-1, Overlord.
Go ahead, Overlord.
Gunman 1-1 with Persian troops in contact, 35 miles southeast of waypoint 5. Proceed immediately to the following position. 39er Romeo, X-ray Papa, 45826, 26948.
Confirm 39er Romeo, X-ray Papa, 45826, 26948.
Affirmative, Gunman 2-1, your contact is Lunar 3-2, channel purple, make contact and support until the QRF arrives.
Miller 3-2, purple, Gunman 1-1. Gunman 2-1, let's go. Make sure all weapons are set and targeting PUD is online. We need to be ready to respond as soon as we're on station.
Gunman 2-1.
Miller 3-2, Miller 3-2, this is Gunman 1-1, 2 times A-10 inbound to support. Give me a sit rep.
Gunman 1-1, this is Miller 3-2. That cries for you guys. Situation down here is real bad. Our convoy was hit by a suicide bomb truck. Everyone in the lead vehicle was killed. The rest of us got out and managed to fall back to a compound 100 feet to the west. We've since come under heavy attack from approximately 20 insurgents. We beat off the first attack, but we took losses. There's only 4 of us left now.
Got the insurgents falling back.
For now, but I think they're regrouping for another attack. Get over here, quick!
Okay, son, relax. We're almost with you. What's your name, soldier?
Lance Corporal Harris. Kevin.
Okay, Harris. First of all, are any of you guys down there qualified as FAC?
No, sir. We lost our FAC in the firefight.
Okay, Harris. Now I need to confirm your position. From what you told me from the wrecked vehicles, if I look 100 feet west, I can see a 2-story building. A walled compound and a gate on the east corner. Is that your position?
Yeah, that's us.
Okay, Harris. Now we need to know which direction the attack came from.
Sir, from the east. About 400 feet east of our position is a tree line. That's where the first attack came from. We've got smoke grenades and launchers with us. We'll mark the position with red smoke when they attack again.
Copy that, Miller 3-2.
Sounds like a well-planned ambush, Davey.
You got that right, Steve. Look, there's a man-pat back there as well. They knew we'd show up. Okay, Harris. Sit tight. We're almost there. Do you have an ETA on the QRF?
Yes, sir. We've got the QRF platoon about 15 minutes away.
Copy that, Miller 3-2. Okay, Steve, here's the plan. I'm gonna be FAC A. You're gonna make the attacks. Hold a few miles south while I make you a 9 line. Type 1 control. IP, I want you to run in along the long straight road southwest of Mills' position. 035. 3 miles. 4, 5259 feet MSL. 5, infantry. 6, tree line 100 feet east of burning vehicles. 7, red smoke. 8, friendlies 400 feet west. 9, egress north.
5959 feet, tree line east of burning vehicles, friendlies 400 feet west.
Read back correct. I'll position over the IP, wait for my instruction to attack.
We're taking fire again, marking the tree line.
Gunman 2-1, we have red smoke. Commence your attack. Recommend guns. Caution manpad 300 feet to the east.
So I've already slewed the targeting pod to put it over this manpad who's standing in the field to the slight east. And I do already have eyes on the ground targets that are in the tree line, but the manpad is my priority. Go in, giving short little bursts between the red smoke and also the manpad, trying to split the damage while keeping an eye out for madpan launch, which isn't too far away.
Sound launch, break.
Then just turn, dump as many flares as I can, try and avoid this. See the manpad go down on the TGP, so just try and give a quick burst as I'm passing at the red smoke and then continue on.
Gunman 2-1 off target.
Re-attack Gunman 2-1.
So I return to the IP and I'm about to make another run at the target when I get called off here.
This is Miller 3-2. Insurgents are pulling back.
Gunman 2-1, cease fire.
Gunman 2-1.
Miller 3-2, where's Harris? The okay?
This is Private Ford. Harris is dead, sir.
Copy, Private. Everyone else okay down there?
Yes, sir. We're okay.
Gunman 2-1, hold of the IP.
But it's really not long before the next thing kicks off.
Shit. Gunman 1-1. We're taking RPG fire. Shit. That was close.
Get into cover, Ford. I've got tally on their position. We'll handle it.
Yes, sir.
Gunman 2-1, new target. 2-story building, 600 feet northeast of burning vehicles. RPGs on the roof.
So I spot these guys quite quickly. They stick out very much on the IR mode, so I know where they are.
Tally target.
Same 9 lines deep. Recommend GBU.
Gunman 2-1. Gunman 2-1 is in.
Cleared hard.
Now here I do make a bit of a mistake. I've got this on area track when I designated the position instead of point track, and that has overestimated the position. It kind of sees through the house and predicts where the ground would be, and so this isn't a great drop because the bomb ends up dropping a little far. Still, I do manage to get it off, and it is 500 pounds of explosives.
Gunman 2-1 off target.
So even though I missed the house, the explosion wave does kill those two.
Target destroyed.
Good hits, Gunman 2-1. Confirmed. Target destroyed. Looks like we got a runner. Someone's making a break for it. Building directly northeast of the RPG position. 1 armed male on foot.
I do look here, but the smoke is really getting in the way and I can't see this guy.
Okay, target has entered the Land Rover.
It does take me a bit, but I do get eyes on the Land Rover as soon as it starts moving.
He's heading past the RPG site towards the road. Let him clear the village. We'll take him in the open. Okay, Gunman 2-1. Target is clear of the village and heading west off-road. Type 3 control, you're cleared to engage.
So I turn around very tightly. I don't want to lose eyes on this guy, and he is really quite small, a lot of trees in the area. So turn in, give him a quick little burst, and nicely see flames after one burst.
Good shooting, Steve. Target destroyed.
We really don't get much of a break here. Immediately get called in on the next target.
Steve, Italian Iranian vehicles to the north. Looks like reinforcements are on the way. I've got 2 Burdams and 1 Strela.
An SE9? Shit. Can you tell me on?
From the burning vehicles, follow the road north to the junction, then follow the road west. You'll see them traveling along this road. Stop them reaching Miller's position. Type 3 control, clear to engage.
Batman 2-1.
So decide that I'm going to use one of my Mavericks here to take out the SA-9, since that is quite a threat. It's not too dangerous, but certainly is the biggest threat in the convoy. Don't want to get close to that thing. And so take a little bit of time to identify what is the SA-9 as I turn in and get ready, and we get a call on the way.
Memo 3-2, this is Charlie 4-1. We're 5 minutes out with QRF.
Copy, Charlie 4-1.
Charlie 4-1, this is Gunman 1-1.
Go ahead, Gunman 1-1.
Charlie 4-1, I need you to hold to the south until I clear you. We've got SAMs rolling in.
Copy, Gunman 1-1.
So I rifled while that conversation was going on, and doesn't take long before Shack SA-9. It's very good because it was looking at me. Now it's just the 2 APCs to deal with. Now here I make perhaps a bit of a mistake. I decide that because I don't know how much more is going on, I want to conserve my ammunition, and so I can just use guns. I know guns work really well against these IFVs, so I go in. I don't really have a good angle, so I'm really having to lead quite a lot, which is a little bit awkward. Do start to take counter fire at the same time, take a couple of hits, and APC shots are dangerous, but I do manage to clear these lot up on the first pass. Still bit risky there.
Gunman 1-1. All targets destroyed.
Good work, Steve, good work. Return to the IP and hold for further instructions.
So return to the IP and wait for the rescue to happen.
Charlie 4-1, LZ is clear of SAM threat. You are cleared to proceed.
Charlie 4-1. Charlie 4-1 is wheels down. Additional friendlies on the ground.
Watch your fire, Steve. The QRF will be pushing out a perimeter.
Gunman 1-1. QRF is reporting position secure.
Gunman 1-1 copies. Ford, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, son. Looks like the situation is under control now. We're RTB. Good luck, soldier.
Thank you, sir. We really owe you one. Miller 3-2 out.
Overlord, Gunman 1-1.
This is Overlord.
Overlord, QRF is on the ground and position is secure. Request Let's head for home. Form back on me.
So yeah, a lot more straightforward mission, nice little bit of a reset after the rather heavy previous mission, and so yeah, that all went absolutely fine. Of the 63 enemies that were killed during all of the various fighting, I was responsible for 8 of them. Did make a bit of a mistake near the end there, where I got my plane damaged for no real reason. Really should have just used some other weapon to do that. I had plenty of munitions, didn't need to take the risk that I did. But anyway, good mission, and we are coming towards the end of the campaign. Just got a couple more to go, so I hope you'll join me for those. Until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.